ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ ਆਦ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਡੰਡੌਤ ਬੰਦਨ ਅਨਕ ਬਾਰ ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ ਡੋਲਨ ਤੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ ਸਗਲ ਦਵਾਰ ਕਉ ਛਾੜ ਕੈ ਕਹਿਓ ਤੁਹਾਰੋ ਦਵਾਰ ਬਾਹੇ ਗਹਿ ਕੀ ਲਾਜ ਅਸ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਦਾਸ ਤੁਹਾਰ ਬਾਹੇ ਗਹਿ ਕੀ ਲਾਜ ਅਸ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਦਾਸ ਤੁਹਾਰ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So Sangat Ji, we are blessed to be here in the company of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, and with their blessings we are able to speak about the Prakash Purab of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. So ਆਪਾਂ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਔਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਦੋਨੇ ਚ ਹੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਥਾ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ, but someone like me who just recently got into Sikhi, ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਨਵਾਂ ਹੀ ਆਇਆ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਕਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਣਨੀ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦੀ, and I don't understand what the Kathavachik is saying. But when I watched basics of Sikhi in English, kado Katha English fe suni si, then a little spark hits inside. You start understanding the Katha. So I'm going to be speaking in English and in Punjabi. And before we even get into the Prakash Purab of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj, we're very lucky when we speak about Guru Gobind Singh Ji because they've written their own autobiography. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, in Sri Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, which is a Granth written by Guru Gobind Singh Ji themselves, in there ek part honda hai Bachittar Natak. And Bachittar Natak is a whole autobiography of a portion of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's life. And what's unique about it is that when you talk about the other Guru Sahibs, you always talk about the Guru before them, then you talk about the Prakash of that next Guru. But with Guru Gobind Singh Ji, not only do we talk about their Prakash in this life, they even speak about who they were in their previous life and the preparation that it took for them to then manifest into this life, into this earth. And before we even move forward into the Bani of Bachittar Natak, first we will look at what does Bachittar Natak even mean. The title of the Bani, Bachittar Natak, what the matlab ki hai? Now if you split up the word Bachittar, Bachittar means wondrous. And then Natak meaning a drama, a play. So Maharaj is writing this whole wondrous play of not only their life, they're talking about the previous gurus, they're talking about their previous life, they're talking about some of their jangs, their battles that they had. But if you want to split up the word Bachittar even more, Bhai meaning many, and then Chittar meaning a painting. So Maharaj is not only going to be talking about this play, he's going to paint us a picture He's going to paint the scene of what it took for him to come down onto this earth. Okay? And what's so amazing is that they've called this title a Natak. Meaning that sara dunya bas ek badda sara tamasha hi hai. And कई बारी आपां सोचते हैं that केड़ा this tamasha that's going on वो असली है. We sometimes get engrossed within this tamasha. Okay. Maharaj in Bachittar Natak, they say, मैं हो परम पुरख को दासा, देखन आयो जगत तमाशा. That मैं बस तमाशा देखन ही आया है. I haven't come to be involved in the tamasha. I haven't come to be engrossed in the tamasha. Now, if we look at our own lives, if apne aap nu bhi dekh lo, main bhi dekh raha hu, that sometimes we start thinking this world is real. Aapa sochde hain duniya sachi hai. But really, Maharaj is saying, you need to look at this world. You need to just watch the whole Natak play out. Don't be involved in it. Kadu bhi aapa drama dekhde hain kare. Sometimes we watch a Netflix series. Sometimes we play games, video games. And ਆਪਾਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਡਰਾਮੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੀ ਆ. ਆਪਾਂ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਹੀ ਉਹੀ ਡਰਾਮੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਪੇ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਗੇਮਾਂ ਖੇਡਦਾ ਸੀ. ਔਰ ਕਿਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਕੈਰੈਕਟਰ ਨਾਲ ਪਲੇ ਕਰਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਕੈਰੈਕਟਰ ਹਾਂ. ਐਂਡ ਫਿਰ ਮਾਂ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਦਾ ਖਾਣਾ ਰੈਡੀ ਆ, ਡਿਨਰ ਰੈਡੀ ਆ. ਐਂਡ ਦੈਨ ਫਿਰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਉਹ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਗੇਮ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ, ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਡਰਾਮੇ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ. Now my mum, she's like the guru. Guru ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਹੀ ਆ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਆ that you need to treat this life like you're just watching a drama. Don't get involved in the drama. Okay? Has anybody played Monopoly before? ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਨਾਲ ਬੈਠ ਕੇ Monopoly board game ਖੇਡਦੇ ਹਾਂ. And then you start thinking that you're actually in the game. You buy the property, then you might have to sell the property. Yeah? And then you might have arguments while you're playing the game, saying, no, you stole more money out of the bank. And eventually then you have to sell some of your property, then you get sad. But Maharaj is saying, Main ho param purkh ko dasa, dekhan ayo jagat tamasha. That Maharaj is constantly reminding us that even Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji Maharaj, Jagat Rachan Sab Jhoot hai. That this whole Jagat, this whole world is all false. It's all an illusion, Sara Maya. And so whenever you're stressed out, kado bhi koi dukh honda in your life, you have to remind yourself, I'm only here to watch the tamasha. You can't let the tamasha affect you. Yeah. Maharaj says, Jag rachanan sab jhoot hai, jaan leho re meet, keh nanak thir na rahe, jo balu ki peet. That you know, like a wall made out of sand, mitti da ek kanda bani hui hai. That if you just push that kand over, it will just perish. Chat deg jani hai. And you have to treat your body the exact same way, that this body that we think is real, that it's going to perish one day as well. Okay. And that's why Maharaj then says, Main ho param purkh ko dasa, dekhan ayo jagat tamasha. I've just come to watch. And even if you look at what Bhagat Kabir Ji says, eh jo duniya sehar mela dastagiri na hai. That dastagiri, your 10 fingers, Maharaj is talking about your hands. Just like when you watch a magic show, you for a second think that that magic that the magician is doing is real. And then you start to clock on that, hang on, that's just a magic trick. It's false. And in the same way, your life is just going to slip out of your 10 fingers if you keep thinking that it's real. Okay. Guru Amar Das Ji says, Gur prasadi bujya ta chalat hoya chalat nadri aya. That you need to just understand with Maharaj's kripa, only they will make you understand that this whole world is just false. And how do we come to that senses? By doing what the Guru says. Then you get their kirpa. And what does the Guru say? They say on pretty much almost every single anga Guru Granth Sahib Ji, meditate, meditate, meditate. Simran karo, seva karo, yeah, kirat karo. Really simple things, but we just forget. That's why Maharaj has to keep repeating themselves. And when you keep meditating, and eventually you then start treating this whole world like the tamasha that Guru Gobind Singh is talking about here. And in 1666, Maharaj then manifested onto this planet in Sri Patna Sahib. But before we even go into talking about Maharaj coming down, let's look at the preparation that it took for them to come down. And just the preparation for Guru Gobind Singh Ji to come down is just amazing in itself. And it all started, believe it or not, with Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj and Bhai Mardana Ji. Maharaj's bachan hai, Sa dharti pe hariyavali, jitha mera satgur baitha aaye. That wherever my Satguru goes, wherever my Guru goes, that dharti, that land that they step on, it comes pavitr. Everything starts blossoming in that area. Right? And during this time, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Bhai Mardana Ji, they're both walking, and they're walking towards Patna Sahib, and Bhai Mardana Ji and Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they're having their usual banter with each other. Yeah, कई बारी आप सानू लगता है बहुत serious होंदे सी, but really if you look at Sri Nanak Prakash, Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Mardana Ji बहुत शुक्र करते होंदे सी. And Bhai Mardana Ji was saying to Guru Nanak Dev Ji, they're just talking in their normal conversations, Maharaj, how can I become desireless like you? Yeah? Where there's no hunger, where I don't feel like I'm sleepy all the time. Bhai Mardana Ji would say, कई बारी कि तुम भुख लगदी है मैं नस जाना हुंदा खाना लैन फिर मैं आ जाना वापस. So please bless me with that किथे ऊंग ना भुख है, where there's no hunger, no sleep, where I don't feel sleepy, I don't feel hungry. Har amrit naam sukhvas, where there's just naam. And Maharaj, as they always say, just satkartar japa, just keep chanting Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. Okay? Vaheguru, Guru Mantra hai jap ho main koi. Sometimes we take this one word, Vaheguru, this mantra, so lightly, but there's so much power in just that one mantra that you'll be astonished to even fathom how much bhakti it took to just create Vaheguru by itself. Just each letter of that word, bahut jugan ch Maharaj ne tapasya kiti just for each letter of that word. Yeah. And while Maharaj is walking, they reach Patna Sahib. It wasn't called Patna Sahib back then, but they reach and they go to this, and Maharaj had this jewel in their hand. As they were going to Patna Sahib, they had this jewel, this diamond, you could say, this hira. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji says to Bhai Mardana Ji, go to the market with this hira and try trade it for something. See what you can get for it. And Guru Bhai Mardana Ji, he then goes to one shopkeeper's trading in vegetables for it. But Bhai Mardana Ji thinking, no, you know what, I can get more than that. I can get more than just a bit of vegetables. They go to a next shop, they're giving them a piece of kapra. And Bhai Mardana Ji sochde if ene menu kapra ditta hai, the one before ne menu mulliyan dinda si, maybe I can get a little bit more, jada mil sakda hai. And then he went to someone that sells gold. And then they were offering gold, sona fir Bhai Mardana Ji nu dinde si for that hira. And then Bhai Mardana Ji thinking, you know what, no, I think I can still get a little bit more than that. And then they reach the jeweler Salis Rai Jodi, who was a jeweler, and his job was just to look at and judge any sort of hire, any jewels or gems, and then he'll put a price on it. But Salis Rai was so amazed इन्ना हैरान हो गया आ हीरे देख के that he actually just gave 100 rupees back then, 100 rupees just for darshan of the hira. And Bhai Mardana now, that's all that made the lottery, you know. I've just hit the lottery here. Someone's just given me 100 rupees and I've still got the diamond in my hand. And he goes back to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, no, we're not going to take the money. I want you to go back and I want you to give the 100 rupees back to Salis Rai Jawli. And Bhai Mardana Ji, we saw it there, let us. And in Nikki Galcha, Salis Rai was astonished. He's saying, the only reason this jewel is precious is because the owner, Kera Malaka Hireda, he's precious. He is priceless. He is so great. Who would, if someone gave you £100,000 just to look at your sauna that's in your houses, would you give it back to that person? I wouldn't. Yeah. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, give that money back. And Salis Rai Jodi, he's so astonished by this, he then sends milk to his servant. He tells his servant Adraka, go give this milk to Guru Nanak Dev Ji and I'll follow you. And when Adraka, the servant of Salis Rai, he sees Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he just falls at the feet of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. He didn't have to do anything. All he did was just look at Guru Nanak Dev Ji and he was just unnihali ho gaya. He was in pure bliss just by looking at Guru Nanak Dev Ji. And utte hi wo Guru Nanak Dev Ji da hi ban gaya si. Yeah. And then Salis Rai comes and Guru Nanak Dev Ji or Salis Rai nu upadesh dinda and saying सारा समा तू हीरिया नू परखदा है तो तू अपने आप नू कदी परखिया नानक परखे आप का ता पारख जान. Only if you judge yourself, only then you can call yourself a true judge. Have you ever looked at yourself? Have you ever looked in the mirror, sat down doing Simran and wondered, who am I? मैं की किता कदी ए शरीरा मेरा इस जग में आया क्या तुद कर्म कमाया. When we read that in Anand Sahib, that since you come into this planet, what have you done with your life? I get that slap every single day, every morning. And the same way Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying, have you ever looked inside of you and judged yourself? And treat your life just like that hira, just like that diamond. Because हीरे जैसा जन्म है कौड़ी बदले जाए. That people, for this human life, they're trading it for just shells. Just like how Bhai Mardana Ji, he was about to trade it for a piece of cloth. He could have traded it for a piece of gold. And what do these equivalent to our lives? The cloth could be our jobs, our clothing. You know, we spend so much money on clothing, we spend so much money on our jobs. Sometimes we spend so much time trying to get the perfect job, the job that pays the most money, and then usually when you want to go for the job that pays the most money, you lose time for your Guru. So Maharaj is saying, you need to find the balance. And during that time now, Guru Nanak Dev Ji makes Adraka the Jathedar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying to Salis Rai and Adraka, I want you to create a Dharamshala here, Dharamsala. A place where Dharam is taught. And they made the servant, Adraka, the Jathedar. And everybody is astonished. They're thinking, how can we now bow down to a servant, someone that is a servant of Salis Rai? And Maharaj here says, Salis Rai says, how can I bow to my servant now? I've got this much hankar, how am I going to bow down to my servant? मेरे नौकर नूं किद्दां मैं मत्था टेक सकदा? And Maharaj says, "O sabna ki renka, to aao hamare paas." That you need to become the dust of Adraka's feet. And only then you're going to lose your ego and then you can come to me. And in that moment, he became the dust. He then done mathatek to Adraka, to the servant. And Maharaj does a bachan das the santan paye tin paya. That we need to be the slave of the slaves of the Guru. We need to be the slaves of the slave of the Guru. Kere Maharaj de Bhagata, become their slaves. Become the dust of their feet. Because they've reached that point of becoming a slave, of becoming a true Bhagat, and become their slave, do their seva. Okay? And as Guru Nanak Dev Ji is leaving, Salis Rai Jori saying, please don't leave. Please stay for a little bit longer. And Maharaj, he says, don't worry, there's going to be a point where I'm going to spend loads of time with you. I'm going to spend a long period of time with you. And what's he hinting at here, Guru Nanak Dev Ji? He's hinting at the prakash of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. Because what Maharaj has done is, Sa Tarti Pe Haryavali Jithe Mera Satgur Baitha Aaye. That now Maharaj, Guru Nanak Dev Ji, he's prepared that land and he's made that land blossom for the arrival of Guru Nanak Dev, of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. But if you move on into the Shabad, it says, Se Jant Pe Haryavale Jini Mera Satgur Dekhya Jaye. And in that time, the people that even saw Guru Nanak Dev Ji, their hearts, they started to blossom as well. So not only is the land now ready, the people around Patna Sahib, they're ready for Guru Gobind Singh Ji's arrival. And then later on in the Shabad, Tan Tan Pita, Tan Tan Kul, Tan Tan So Janani Jin Guru Janaya Mai. Yeah? Tan Tan Pita. Who's the Pita of Guru Gobind Singh Ji? Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji Maharaj. For 25 years, they done tapasya in Bakala. And why did they do that? Because Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji, their father, Miri Pili de Malaka, they gave the bachan to their wife, Mata Nanaki, saying that one day, a time is going to come where your son is going to become the Guru, and his son, who will be your grandchild, they will become the Guru as well. And they're going to come down and they're going to spread Taran all across the world. And they're going to come and save everybody. And then Maharaj then gave the bachan to Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji here to go to Bakala and do tapasya for 25 years. Because if we want Bhagats to be born into our house, those shaheeds are going to come back down into our own families. But they're not going to come down to any old Lallu Shallu family. Yeah? They're going to have to come down into a proper Bhagatan Wale family, one that is doing a lot of tapasya, doing a lot of seva. Why, if you look in the mirror, would you say to yourself, I can't? Would you say to yourself, our family is ready to have a shaheed born into it? If you look at any shaheeds in our Qawm, it was because of their parents. Because their parents were such bhagats. Yeah? And during this time now, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji become the Guru. And they've left Bakala. And then they start to go to different places. The previous Gurus, and they start going to those places where the previous Gurus have gone. And in that place, they go to a house of Raja Tara Chand. Raja Tara Chand, you would send letters to Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji to say, please come to my house, please come to me. But before Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji could get there, Raja Tara Chand passes away. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji then meets the wife of Raja Tara Chand, and also meets the 10-year-old son of Tara Chand. And who's the 10-year-old son? Raja Bhim Chand. Ohi Raja Bhim Chand that turned on the Guru's house and fought Maharaj Guru Gobind Singh Ji in the Battle of Burhani. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, when they went here, and Raja Tara Chand actually also donated land to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. The land of Kirtpur Sahib, they donated that land to Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. And then now, the wife wants to donate 3 villages, then Pendhon Peta Karna Chonde Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji ko. And Maharaj is saying, look, I can't take this money, but मैं बहुत पसंद करता हूँ this धरती. There's high mountains, Satluj river is just down the road, right? There's fresh air. And during that time, Maharaj, for 2,200 rupees, back then, which is a lot of money, buy the land where we see Sri Anandpur Sahib now. And back then, they named it after their mother, Chakananaki. And then later on, it became the city of Anandpur Sahib. And this bit's quite funny. I thought I'd add it in anyway, because when I read it, it made me chuckle. And when we're growing up, and then what does your mother ask? What would your grandma ask? When are you going to bless me with a grandchild? And Mata Nanaki, during this time, is saying to Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, don't forget the bachan of your father, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji. You've been married for 45 years. No, you've been married since you were 12 years old, and you're 45 years old now. When are you going to bless me with a grandchild? I want to play with my grandchild. I want to love him. I want to nurture him. I want to play with him in my laps. When are you going to bless me with it? And this is where Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji is saying, this is why we're doing what we're doing right now. We're making the preparations for Guru Gobind Singh Ji to come down. And now, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji receives more letters from Patna Sahib, from Bangladesh as well. And they all, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji, Mata Gujari, Mata Nanaki, Mamma Kirpal Chand, who's the brother of Mata Gujari, they all set east. And now look at the detachment that Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji has. Even at that age, 45 years old, Mata Gujari is heavily pregnant, but they're not attached to any of this. They leave Mata Gujari at Patna Sahib because they're heavily pregnant, and they still go east towards Bangladesh in a place called Dhaka, and they still listen to the Benti of the Sangat and still fulfill their Ardasa. And they have no attachment to their worldly thing, their worldly endeavors, their family. They're completely attached to it. That's why Maharaj says, Jag rachana sab jhoot hai. That this is all just fake. I'm not attached to any of this. Tana Tana Pita. And if you look at just even how great Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji is, even their name. Look at the house that Guru Gobind Singh Ji came into. The name, Tegh Bahadur, brave with the sword. Right? That they were only named this because people see them as a spiritual guru, but really they were Tegh Bahadur. They were a fearless warrior on the battlefield. And they knew how to swing that sword. Not only did they know how to wield the sword, but they knew how to take it on the neck as well. They knew how to become a shaheed at the same time. And then also, look how much pyar then Guru Gobind Singh Ji also had for the Tegh. Even at the last moment of Guru Gobind Singh Ji's life, the only thing that was left after their Jyoti Jyot was a kirpan that they used to keep in their dastar at all times. They made a whole bani called Shastra Naam Mala. As kirpan khando kharg, tupak tabara ratir, saif sarohi sahti, yeh hai mare peer. Guru Gobind Singh Ji used to do Chaur Sahib over Shastra, over their weapons. And then the Sangat was saying, why are you doing Chaur Sahib over weapons? Chaur Sahib Shastਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਕਿਉਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ? ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਬਿਕਾਜ਼ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਦੇ ਆ ਮੈਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਆ. Look how much love they had just for Shastra. Even in the Battle of Chamkaur, why do you think 40 odd Singhs could fight against 1.8 million? Why do you think that? Because Maharaj said, gave the bachan to the Shastra Naam Mala da Path Parna and you won't have to reload your rifles. You're just going to keep pulling the trigger and bullets will just keep firing out of that rifle of yours. So to the Shastra Naam Mala da Path Pari Jana, Pari Jana, Pari Jana. Then you got Tan Tan Pita, Tan Tan Kul. What does Kul mean? The lineage, the family lineage of Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj. And where does that lineage start? With Mata Pani Ji. Yeah? The daughter of Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj, the wife of Guru Ram Das Ji Maharaj, their son, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, Shahidan de Sartaj. If it wasn't for their Shahidi, then we wouldn't know what it means to be a Shaheed. None of us would have the guts to even be a Shaheed. Even the Shaheeds before us, none of them would have that ability to give Shahidi if it wasn't for Mata Pani Ji's son, Guru Arjan Dev Ji Maharaj, sitting on the Tatti Tavi. Then their grandchild, who picked up 2 swords, Miri and Piri, Guru Har Gobind Sahib Ji Maharaj. Look at the family lineage. And then their father, Guru Tegh, their great-grandchild, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji Maharaj, who then also became a Shaheed. Look at the family lineage that Guru Gobind Singh Ji is about to be born into, that they're about to become Prakash into. Yeah? And then, Tan Tan Pita, Tan Tan Kul, Tan Tan So Janani Jana Guru Janaya Maya. And even Tan is the mother that the Guru came from. Mata Gujari. That in her old age, she brought up Guru Gobind Singh Ji on her own, and then she also brought up the Char Sahibzade. To the point where she put so much fearlessness into the Char Sahibzade, they were ready to go and give Shahidi. Yeah? Because of Mata Gujari. And now if we go back to what we started with the Bachittar Natak part, right? Maharaj is painting out this whole play for us, and they're reminding us that this whole dunya, asara tamashaya, yeah, don't get engrossed in it. And they say, "Ehe bid karta tapasya payo, dvayate ek roop hai gayo." That in my previous life, I tapasya kari gaya. I kept jumping naam, kept jumping, and then eventually, from Gobind Singh, I became one. From 2, I became 1. Pehla 2 si appa, main si aur nirankar sarup Vaheguru. And then because I done so much tapasya, we became one. There was no difference left between us. Yeah? Meditate on it, say so much. Tu hi mohi mohi, tu hi antar kaisa. No difference. I'm you, you are me. That's it. We all seen the film Rush Hour, है ना? ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ Rush Hour 'ਚ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ? I am you, you are me. Who are you? I am you. Huh? Who are you? Who's that? Oh, me. Everything is just Vaheguru. That's it. ਸਾਰੇ ਦੇ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਜੋਤ ਆ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ ਦੁਨੀਆ it's all just one. Yeah. Why do you think Guru Gobind Singh Ji had so much fearlessness? Why do you think any Shaheed had so much fearlessness? Because ਆਪਾਂ ਮੂਲ ਮੰਤਰ 'ਚ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ Nirvair. Why are they nirpau? Because ekkiya. Dooja banda hai nahi utto daran lai. There's no second person to get scared of. So that's why Maharaj is nirpau. That's why we are nirpau. Because sara ekkiya. There's no second person to be scared of. Yeah? And Maharaj is saying that during this time of my meditation, Maharaj then said, you need to go and spread dharma across the world. But Maharaj, in that moment, they didn't want to leave the charan of Vaheguru. They say, Chit na payo hamaro avan kah, chuppi rahi srut prabh charanan mein. that they had no desire to come. Sara Dhyan, Sari Surti was just on the charan of Vaheguru Ji. Yeah? And if we just look at this Shabad, if we just reflect on this Shabad just a little bit, they were absorbed so much in the charan of Vaheguru Ji, inna dhyan Maharaj de charana ch si, that even at the age of 9 years old, 9 saal de, they're sending their father to give Shahidi. And then at 9 years old, they've got their father's cease, their father's head, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji's head in their hands, and they're not even shedding one tear. And then even during the battle of Chamkaur, they're literally saying to their Vadde Sahibzade, 40 Singhs against 1.8 million, which one of us would send their son out against over a million soldiers? And in that moment, he's gathered his sons. He said, Baba Jujar Singh, Baba Ji Singh, look at the battlefield. What a beautiful summer it is to give Shahidi. ਜਦੋਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸ਼ਾਸਤਰ ਵਿਦਿਆ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਲੱਭਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਆ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਪਾਰਟਨਰ ਹੈ ਨਾ but ਇੱਥੇ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ 1.8 million ready to fight you today. Yeah? And they're saying in that moment, Petha na dikhai, Shakti te khai. That everything, when you enter that battlefield, I want you to take every single bullet and arrow to the chest. Shakti te khai, Petha na dikhai. Don't turn your back on the battlefield. Yeah? And why are they like this? Because Chubbi Rahi Surt Prabh Charan hai. Because they were just completely absorbed in the charan of Vaheguru Ji. They didn't engross themselves, they didn't entangle themselves in this whole tamasha that they're speaking about before. And their state of this was not only in Hemkot Sahib, where they started their tapasya, but they brought that into their life here today. And then during that time, Maharaj is explaining Vaheguru Ji, Nirankar Swarup, they're explaining to Guru Gobind Singh Ji why they need to go down. They're explaining the whole hukum, the whole will of the reason they need to come down. They're saying, Jio Teo Prabha Ham Ko Samajyo, Im Keh Keh, Eheg Lok Pathayo. And Maharaj is convincing them, and Vaheguru is convincing Guru Gobind Singh Ji the reason why they need to go down. And in their humility, Inna Nimratasi Maharaj Kaur, they're saying Akal Purukh Bach is Keet Prat. They're saying that Maharaj, Vaheguru was giving Upadesh to me, this lowly worm, this insect. Yeah. And they're taking on this, they're narrating this conversation between them, and then Maharaj explains, Thand Payo mein jor kar, Bachan kaha sir nyay, Pant chalay tab jagat mein, Jab tum karho sahay. We read this in Gurdwara Sahib. Thand payo mein jor kar, Bachan kaha sir nyay. They stood there with their hands folded and their head bowed down. And they were listening to the bachan of Vaheguru Ji, but they're saying, if you want me to go down, main kalla nahi kar sakta. Be by my side. Pant chalay tab jagat mein, jab tum karho sahay. When you do my sahay, if you assist me in this, if you stay by my side, only then I will be able to achieve this mission you're trying to send me on. And then they go ahead and they say, मैं अपना सुत तोहे निवाजा पंथ प्रचुर करबे कहो साजा. And then Vaheguru Ji says to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, I've made you my son now. I've made you my son. Now I want you to go down and I want you to start this Khalsa Panth. I want you to start a Panth that's going to spread Dharam to the whole world. And why do I want you to start this Panth? Jahe tahan te dharm chalaye, kabuddha karan te lok hataye. That all these people that are doing evil actions in this world, I want you to go down, I want you to stop them from committing these evil actions. And during that time now, when Maharaj has become Prakash, all the way in Dhaka in Bangladesh is Amrit Villa da Sama, and Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji used to be a very serious character, very serious Guru Deva in Nani Hasdesi. But in this moment in Amritullah, they're listening to Kirtan, and suddenly, they started laughing. They started smiling. And then all the Sangat are getting shocked. They're saying, why are you smiling for? Why are you laughing for, Guruji? And they're saying, the 10th light of Guru Nanak Dev Ji has finally descended from Sachkhand. They're finally here now. And Maharaj is laughing. And then suddenly the Sangat get serious straight away. They get sad. They goes, okay, if that's the case, then does that mean you're leaving us now? And they say, don't worry about that. They're going to live out their childhood. They're going to be teaching us many things as a child. Right? And then Maharaj said, Tehi prakas hamara payo patana sahar bikhair bhav layo. That then I descended and I gave birth in the share of Patana Sahib. Right? And during that time now, that's what we just learned, just with the Tardis before, that's when Pikanisha, he then stopped doing his namaz and he stopped bowing in the direction of Makkah, which was in the west, and he started to do namaz facing the west, towards Patna Sahib. And from all these months, he then, from there, he travelled straight towards Patna Sahib, and it took him months to get there. It took him months, and every day he'd do namaz facing Patna Sahib now. And everybody's saying, why are you doing that for? Because he's saying the same Allah I pray to, he's now come down on earth and he's in Patna Sahib right now. That's why I'm facing that way. Yeah. And then during that time, like we learned just previously, just moments ago, Bikran Shah, he then wanted to have darshan of Guru Gobind Rai. Gobind Rai. And obviously, Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib is not there. There was a lot of Nakli Babbe that would come, fake fakirs, fake peers. They didn't want to give darshan to Bikran Shah. And but instead they then gave like kapre to Bikran Shah. And when they gave this kapra, they said, is there anything else we can give you? Mama Kripal Chand saying to Bikran Shah, is there anything else I can give you? And he said, if you can give me anything that's the equivalent of having darshan of Allah, then O minu de do. But if you haven't got that, then I don't want to hear about it. And then Mama Kripal Chand goes back and he says to Mata Gujari, I don't think he's a fake. Look at the beautiful bachan that Bikran Shah said. If you can give me anything equivalent of the darshan of Allah, give me that. And then when they gave the order that they said, yes, fine, you can meet Gobind Rai, they went straight towards Guru Gobind Rai, only 7-8 months old, and they get Maharaj's Pavitra Charan and they put it on their forehead. And they do Matha Tek straight to their Charan. Yeah? And I know I've gone a little bit over time, but I just want to quickly speak a little bit about what Dharam is. Right? Maharaj was sent on this planet to spread Dharam, but have we ever asked ourselves, what is Dharam? What does that even mean? We read in Raya Sahib, Japatapa Sanjama Dharamana Maya, that all my life I haven't done anything that's worth even upholding what Dharam is. Yeah? And if we just look at what Dharam is, Dharam, Dasaling Hundaya Dharam De. There's 10 parts to what make up this word righteousness. Right? And the first one is Kima, having forgiveness. You know when people say, have you ever felt Ananda before? Have you ever felt something special? Personally, this is the one thing that I felt when there was one day, Soho Road, Birmingham, they done 40-day job of Nithanim. Went to the Porg there, then there was a Kirtan program at somebody's house later on. And in that moment, in my head, even my worst enemy, I was able just internally to forgive that person. And this is a really big one that we need to have in our panth right now, is having forgiveness. Being able to let go of that baggage. Yeah? Second one, ahimsa. Being non-violent towards someone less powerful than you. Yeah? Then you got daya, which is compassion. Mrid, being soft-hearted, softly spoken. But you speak so softly, inna pyar na bachan karne, that even the person next to you becomes soft. Their heart they start speaking softly as well. Okay. Then you have Sat Bachan, always telling the truth, doing tap, practicing stillness of the mind, dhyan, giving to charity, Shanta Subha, having a cold nature, being cool, calm and collected, right? Suchamta, having cleanliness, and Trishna, having no desires. And if we just have these 10 things on our wall every day, we can then potentially call ourselves a Sikh of the Guru. And I just want to say, forgive me for all of my mistakes. I made many mistakes in this katha. Please bless me as your younger brother. But please, just one thing I want to say is just that simple teaching of Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Ik Oankar, that first number, Ik, that there's only oneness. And if we want any sort of sense of Khalsa Raj, if we want Khalistan, if we want Khalsa Raj, we have to be one. We have to unite. Okay? Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru.